funny. Underrated caster. Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
You're just saying, you just saw that on Reddit. You're trying to get on their good.
That's not true. Been saying that about them since Boston, actually. At the Boston Bucharest, the PGL Bucharest competition. They were very, very good just then. So I'm a believer. I'm a believer in that pair. But yeah, let's focus on the game and see if you're actually a believer in this draft. The panel was a little bit more split for who they thought was going to win. Obviously, VG Gaming coming off the back of Game 1 victory have to be feeling good. But we switched the Bloodseeker as well as the Storm Spirit matchup. Is it going to go the same way again?
Well, I hope so, just because it would vindicate me a little bit. I've been saying this Bloodseeker 4th as second pick is super nice because even if it's not the greatest game for you, and in this game, you know, playing against Storm, Underlord, PL, none of those are really great core matchups for you, but it enables you to last pick core that will win you the game. The thing that surprises me is that Moogie is on the Lesh and SCCC is on the Bloodseeker, because going back all the way to TI, they ran Moogie Bloodseeker 3 games in a row against LFY in the upper bracket, and they made it to the finals off that.
But we were debating this just before in the draft as well, like, because Bloodseeker, we see him more as a 2 position right now, so they would have to switch Moogie into the mid lane if you want to give him the Bloodseeker.
And I don't know if you want to do that.
Yeah, that's probably where the question came up. But even with like us debating the draft, like, hey, who's going to be able to, like what hero did they pick as the last one? We weren't even, like, I wasn't even thinking the Latrak picked up because I was like, you know what, Bloodseeker, he's going to go to the safe lane. He's going to be in Moogie's hands. So you look towards the other hero of SCCC. You ban out, like they banned the Lina. I could see the panelists doing the same thing. It's like, this has to be a Moogie Bloodseeker. But we'll see how the matchup goes. The creep waves get to meet. And, yeah,
and much like last game, a lot is going to be on this laning phase because Bloodseeker will lose to Storm. When you kill him 3 times in the initial 5 minutes, though, you can take off and snowball and it won't matter. But the matchup does not favor Bloodseeker as far as how they look in the game against one another. But once again, you've got Warlock, you've got a Skywrath, Beastmaster. I mean, Leshrak's going to be spamming bottom. You're going to have so much base damage on Bloodseeker. He really can take off and kill Ori if he steps out of position.
Well, is it actually that that good to harass? Like, you think about how much damage. Yeah, okay, so Paparazzi right now is probably giving more of the buff than anybody else, but this top lane's pretty tanky in the form of the ET as well as the Underlord. Does Skywrath have enough with the Beastmaster to harass through that?
It's more just about dealing with damage. I don't think you'll win the lane, especially because it's an ET and a safe lane.
Wow, he's really just getting up in their face. He's got one more charge into the Overload. But he knows he needs to hit with the Spirit as he sees. Being safe, Fairy Fires, then salves.
This is super well played by Ori, because he's also zoning him from the creeps dying at the tower right now. SCCC only level 1, so he's not getting the damage.
He's trying to get the first. Okay, he's 2 now. He's 2 now. The buff is up, and Ori instantly TP's out. He doesn't even want to stick around for it.
That all happened because of the offensive glyph. You see mid players use this nowadays just for the lane control, and there it was super effective. You have a double wave on the tower, you just hit your glyph, and all of a sudden, Bloodseeker can't do anything. He'll aggro the creeps back, but he's not actually able to deal damage or deal with the huge wave. And the TP all the way back to base, that could hurt Ori just because he kind of gets rid of that entire wave advantage he built. Yeah. SCCC going to deny a full wave in response.
They're back on even levels again. Like, we had a disparity of 2.5 levels by the 7-minute mark in Game 1 for Ori's Bloodseeker. At least in some ways, like, this is a better matchup for the Storm Spirit because they're actually on even terms at the moment compared to what it was in Game 1 when the shoe was on the other foot. A lot of heroes down, so, like, down low. This lightning spam from Moogie. He's been also hitting the split earths, combining that with the Warlock.
This is one of those games. Vici, they have a great job, but I really favor Newbee if he can get out of the lane. Just because there's nothing on Vici to deal with the BKBs we can expect Newbee to be buying. And it's just easier for them to play this game. Their team fight is just faster. Storm PL both take a lot of time to come online. It's just a tough game where the Moogie Lesh and the SCCC Bloodseeker, like, you buff your Lesh, he'll just kill a tier 2 in an Edict. It's an absurd amount of raw damage.
There's not a lot PL can do. Like, yeah, create more PLs. Moogie will just get rid of him pretty quickly. So, Newbee, Faith, not a healthy man. Paparazzi was thinking about a lance forward. Gonna give an extra tango over from Moogie. He's been fine. He's got 4 tangos left, 2 mangoes, 6 charges up. Rotation from Karka, try and change the balance in the mid, but really it's just ET coming along with him. So we turn this mid lane from a single into a duel.
This always favors your Bloodseeker, I think, though. Storm far more level dependent, and Bloodseeker's last hitting on average for 80 plus the Quelling Blade. He has lane control now as well, so the Skywrath has so much pressure in this lane.
11's actually so low. Like, the buff up is so high. KP gets hit by the Firestorm. Has mana with the Mango consumption for the Axe, but that's not enough to kill 11. But he's really happy with this. Like, you got plus 36 damage on a Bloodseeker with 400 movement speed. So SCC, he makes the most out of it. Puts the Blood right down, forces Ori away from the 4-minute rune. But maybe not exactly what he wanted as Kaka arrives with the DD.
Bottom lane, pretty much an even trade. Actually, really favoring the Lesh. What am I saying?
Yeah, look at the CS. Like, you've got 3 heroes now for Newbee's cause, all over 20 CS, and you've got the top at 15. Like, it's 14 or 15 for the cause for VG Gaming CS.
It's surprising, to be honest. This has been a 2v2 the whole time, right? I mean,
yeah.
PL has 74 damage, Lesh has 60, and that's just because the Aquila he's picked up. So they must have won those initial few waves really hard.
11 solo, KP, he wants to axe once more. He's got a level 3 in the axes. Salve will arrive. They know they need to buff themselves up with the health because they need to stop SEC from being enabled.
Yep. And look mid. You see, he's already just defending the Storm. Already not really able to touch creeps whenever his allies are low. It's such a stressful lane to play as Storm because you don't realize it's not about your lane matchup as much as it's, okay, how are my allies doing? Because if they get too low, all of a sudden you get auto attack twice and it's 140 damage per hit instead of like 100 or 90, and you're just like, oh no. There's no, I don't know how else to put it.
Oh no, okay. Greatest descriptive term for a commentator. Ori, able to dodge the block right. Care about the extra range on it.
Yeah, Rupture up soon, but this is a much better lane. Even though he's losing, this is not so bad for Ori until this.
Yeah, Skywrath rotates in. That's level 1 concussive, level 1 arcane bolt.
Yeah, I like the decision from Ori though. Getting that magic wand, first item. So it is incredibly critical to buy that item against Bloodseeker because he just spams Blood Rage on himself. So you get those charges, and it's hard to be dove under tower when you could just potentially turn around, heal yourself for 200 plus. Gonna get a nice shrine off, and he's not doing too bad. He hasn't died yet.
I think you may want to wait for that shrine. I think Paparazzi needs a bit of a heat. Because he's still buffing up the Bloodseeker.
That's just mid-player thing.
KP's got Raw, so keep your eyes up on top lane. Kaka's going to rotate over. They can come after 11, so you can put out the fire. KP, actually, it's this Mango consumption that he'll need to do if he wants to go on 11, but it's over 1k HP they have to get through. So do something easier. Bottom lane, VG Gaming with the 3 heroes available. Faith trying to run out. I cannot believe we're 6.5 minutes in. That's what spills the first blood. But thanks to Fatal Bonds, Moogie can get the revenge kill in. Has to get back behind the tower. TP arrives from Kaka. Throws it in towards Lanham. A little bit of damage being spilled out. CCC not capitalizing, and Nari very wisely in the jungle.
I like that TP. It looks so deceiving. Oh wait, why are you using the shrine, Moogie? I was gonna say, you have a free shrine bottom, the Lesh is gonna need it as well, but then Moogie decided to pop it like 3 seconds early. That's not cool. Man, come on, man.
Team game.
He TP's in to help you. You can't even let the man use your shrine.
Doesn't give it back to Skywrath, but it won't matter if they can get the kill on Fenrir. Dodging the stun of Moogie, lightning it back off, cooldown Faith. He's going to need to actually, he takes the Nightmare off. So the lightning level 3, got him. Gives the kill to Faith, actually. It's the Fatal Bonds did the work. He actually died to the damage that the creep wave took, as opposed to the Arcane Orb, the lightning that was thrown at him. Alright, sure.
That's karma right there.
I think that's giving your support something. But Newbee currently have the top 3 net worths on the field.
Yep.
Like, they're all about to crack over the 3k mark. Big advantages above that of VG Gaming.
Their draft is actually so good too. I mean, your 3 cores are all going to just accelerate rapidly through the mid game. None of them really fall off against the Vici heroes. Yes, Storm PL eventually become the strongest heroes on map, but how do you get there? Like we saw last game, I'm saying the whole time, eventually this Storm will take over, but at a certain point, Bloodseeker just seemed unstoppable. This game you've got a Lesh, a Beastmaster, like you're so strong in the mid game.
Yep.
And that just seems to be the flavor of this patch. Like he who owns the mid game will inevitably win the game, and it's a tough task.
I just can't believe the inefficiency in the farming. Ori is in the jungle. He's got no other choice because he knows if he gets ruptured and there's even one TP, like one hero there from Newbee to help out, then it's a kill for SCCC. So they go towards the top lane. KP's already got the kill on Fenrir, but there's your Storm Jump. He just wants to secure these kills. Ori, after Kaka, needs more damage. Now the Rupture is over on Ori. This is what he didn't want to be part of. Paparazzi caught by the Blood right from the side. So SCC, he's got the damage. The ET Stomp tries to slow him down. Support, not much more is coming. The access from KP, dropping Paparazzi down low. He has to doppelganger around. But KP, choose the right one. He got it the second time around. And SCCC, he's farming up the creep to get that life back again.
Bottom lane as well. Newbee finishes the kill on Underlord. These lane swaps are very unfavorable for Vici. You put an Underlord against an over-leveled Lesh with the sustain of a Warlock behind him, so it's not like you can actually harass him and prevent him from diving you like you just did. But PL, yeah, you do well against Beastmaster, but you're 2 levels behind. He's got bottle phase boots. I mean, you don't actually trade effectively, and in the meantime, nothing can land against Bloodseeker.
They even got the medallion coming out on the Beastmaster now, so it's going to get worse for the single target that Newbee has against Vici Gaming. It goes through the roof.
Runes in 10 seconds. KP gets both the top. He'll be full health once again, plus a nice 1,000 gold or so for his team.
But Underlord, Eleva's going to try and contest the rune. Faith's going to give it up. So it'll be a 2-2. Even money. Fueling the war effort. Tier 1 tower goes the way of SCTC. And I just love to see him get more aggressive. Bring in the Blade Mail, pick up on the Bloodseeker.
Yep. It's just such an easy rotation as well to make. Just group up with your Beastmaster. Nothing can mess with you up there now. And you've effectively forced Vici to just run away and farm the jungle.
When you're able to get Kaka experience underneath the Tier 2 tower of VG Gaming 10 minutes in, yeah, you know you own that top lane.
I'm telling you, man, this Bloodseeker hero had one of the highest win rates coming into today.
Lane.
Hasn't
Ori,
lost the game.
Invis does his initiation over on face. Shadow Words himself. Rupture is out once more, but Ori continues the jump out. He's got a little bit more to go on the TP away to safety. They don't have the stun. The Raw was too far away from KP. TP support did come, but it took a while because multiple TPs arrived. Be able to keep the pressure up. 11 will fall. KP grabs that kill.
Such a cool play. SCCC, don't know how much it mattered, but he actually Quelling Bladed a tree to increase the pathing efficiency. He's
got seal and all available. The Stomp, however, keeps control up. Wait for it and punch him. Got him.
Nice and knockout. Drops Kaka to the mat, but he'll be getting back up before the 10 count is 5, 4. And that guy punched hard. Tyson might be the only thing that punches quite as hard as an Elder Titan.
Sorry, Titan's good enough for Muhammad Ali, bro.
I'm talking about punching speed, all right? And then there's the Russian guy in one of the Rocky movies that they like super engineered to have like 8,000 PSI.
I've now just got this image of Lanham on like the full-on treadmill hooked up to all the machines. God, it's like, so how do you prepare for a game up against Newbee? How do I prepare? Welcome to my montage. They're going up towards the top. Fiend's Grip is out. Lockdown control. It is good. A track will fall.
Surprised he's playing that offensively up top when there's no tower and no vision to control that area of the map. That's not something you would have seen a team like VP or LGT. They wouldn't make that move. Although he could just be expecting his team to be rotating a bit faster. Here come the supports with the wards, but just too little too late for Mugi.
They got the vision on Fenrir thanks to the ward on the hillside. So yeah, with that, they know how aggressive they can be, as you said. Fenrir, he's fine to underneath the tower. They can look towards 11. 11 bailed out of mid. He actually uses Dark Rift to get out. Won't have that this time around. Uses TP to get back into the lane, and goodbye 11. Rupture knows he cannot run no matter how much fat you try and shed. The Rupture, I suppose that's one way to lose weight. Mid lane, Lanham also on the run, but SCCC, you knew he was going to be too fast. They had this kill no matter what, but Paparazzi's adding pressure on the bottom lane.
SCCC's quick buy.
What's he got? Is it Radiance?
It's Radiance.
Radiance.
It's
okay.
the Newbee style, and that's real scary.
Did he not finish the plate now?
Nope, he doesn't feel like he needs it.
Roars out. Bane's dead. Kill after kill after kill.
Yep.
It feels like game one where it was VG Gaming able to do this with the Bloodseeker. In this case, it's actually all being enabled by the Beastmaster and by Skywrath movement. It's not even just the Bloodseeker.
I mean, Bloodseeker helps,
yeah,
to be fair.
Bloodseeker helped against the Underlord. Then he's like, I'm back off farming, boys.
It's just This is the Newbee style. With the Bloodseeker, if they play him this way, you can group up a little bit more, they can take more towers, and yeah, the rest of your cores won't be accelerating quite as fast, but eventually, Bloodseeker's gonna have a Radiance, and then he's gonna be strongest hero on map for a long time. You just go straight into BKB, and like we said, there's no BKB counter for Vici. He'll just run straight at the supports, and yeah, you could grip him, but look at all the disables you've got on Newbee. I don't think grip counts in this game.
I can't believe how many fights like Newbee are trying to look for right now. Look at the fight on the Bane. Actually, Underlord came up. Why is he here? The PL was pressuring bottom. They hand themselves a trade-off option. And now, with the ET stop into the splitter, Ari is going to arrive. Looks at the back line. The pin is beautiful. Newbee's going to get caught by that. The rupture might be out. Fenrir is being targeted down by Mookie. Paparazzi, doppelgangers back down the hillside. There's still a 1-for-1 trade-off. Make it 2. KP caught on the wrong side of the tracks. And now SDCC wants to try and run out. Lanham puts him to sleep. Mookie, can he help? Looks for the double stun. He won't be able to hit it. Actually, he only gets one, but it's the one that counts. Ari nuked down by the Sky Wrath Mage. Mookie, he's running out of mana. In fact, he's bone dry. The stomp will bring him down, and they keep the charge going. Newbee, they were forcing the issue. They wanted this issue, and they've gotten issue.
Great play from Vici. They isolate the Warlock, end up killing him. Lana with an amazing setup. This is part of the reason his ET is his specialty, and I love the skill build. Max Echo Stop. Perfect if you're in a position like this where you're behind, you need to force a team fight through counter initiation. What was that? 2-man, 3-man stop? Huge Echoes, whatever it's called, the Earth Splitter coming through.
Gonna get to have a look at it again. 11. TP out after he steals the bounty rune's gonna be successful. Faith may not be so lucky, but he's away from the Bane. He's okay.
And you gotta kill the Warlock. That's the hero that's gonna provide all the sustain to the Newbee cores. If that Bloodseeker had a buff on,
let's see it again.
You can see they're diving, but they have no roar for this. So surprising that they chose to do this. I don't even know if they had Rupture. I don't believe they did. And you're going on the tankiest hero. He's got Hood. Huge stomp, the sleep onto the Leshrac. The Warlock going down means your team fight is just gone. And look at Newbee. They're just immediately pincered, and everybody goes down. They still somewhat come out relatively even in the fight. I think if KP went left, it would have been a big benefit to his team. They at least get that last pick off. A good turnaround for Mookie here to look for the stun. Ends up allowing them to kill the Storm, which is the big hero for Vici. Yes, the PL gets a lot out of that fight, but at least the Storm was the big winner.
You'll scepter up this splitter. That's it perfectly for Mookie, and it does do so. They seal him and they kill him. So Ori will fall. Also, they did have Rupture in the fight. They put it on the ET. So once he actually did the stomp, he did the splitter. ET just stood there, and there was no real follow-up that Newbee had because they were so heavily split because of the splitter.
That's the downside. There was no Necro on KP either, so with no Roar, no Necro. Yeah, you can offer some axes, but it's really not effective in a team fight, and that's the key for Vici. Isolate and kill these supports, specifically the Warlock.
Bottom lane, they found Mookie a little bit too close. SDC wants to help out. It's the Rupture over Underlord. He walked a little bit that off. Walking around with a pipe, Rock will fall. They need to get those fatal bonds out, and they're just saying, 11, get us out of here. It won't happen. The raw, the damage, they look for everything, and now Ori looks for the kills. Focuses on the support, starts with the Warlock, and to get out of the Blood Right, so he's still got the jump. The Nightmare is isolated KP under the tier 1 tower with the Stomp. It was impossible for anyone to come in closer to help out, and Paparazzi, the fuel going into his fire, a triple kill for this Phantom Lancer.
That first team fight up top evens the net worth disparity. All of a sudden, PL gets his defusal, and yeah, I was a fan of the SCCC Radiance, but not if they were going to go take team fights behind tier 2s. He was playing that fight with 3,000 dead gold. Right now, he's about to go pick up his relic, but instead of having a big lead, it's significantly smaller, and now the PL is really the strongest hero, and especially in comparison to the Bloodseeker because of that defusal. You can't fight into PL anymore.
I think that's an easy way to get rid of it. Like if Moogie doesn't have the strength, like he's the counter, right? Like you walk in there, you've got your Pulse Nova, you destroy all the illusions, you then can focus on the real PL. But how does he do that when he's only got the farm he's got?
Not to mention, he's only 1,200 HP. You look at the heroes of Vici, they do output a ton of damage, especially with that ET helping out with the aura.
Yeah.
Like Storm can jump in, Underlord with just a Q. There's a pipe on Underlord.
Yeah.
That affects illusions as well.
He's the one that popped that in the bottom lane. Like, 11 tanked every single ability. Maybe that's another thing we should start thinking about. All the damage which comes out from Newbee, who do you even focus it into? Like, in the fight in the top lane, Lanham ended up being the recipient of a lot of the abilities. In that bottom lane fight, it was the Underlord. Now, Lanham survived the top one, Underlord died in the bottom, but it just seems like the Storm Spirit is very willing to jump in at the end. It's almost like the Queen of Pain kind of style. Yeah. Oh, so all the abilities are down? Oh, cool.
Look at
Let's go.
11's items. He's itemized just to rush his survivability. I mean, he has Soul Ring, Magic Wand, Pipe. If he dies, think about how much damage and how many spells are necessary to actually take him out. They use Roar and Skywrath ulti and the Golem. So at a point, as you said, Stormer's like, oh, well, this is a free game now. I'm just going to zip through. PL has Diffusal. If you use all of these spells on Underlord, these other 2 cores for Vici are going to just crush through your backline.
And the control's going to get harder and harder. Like, Paraj is going to go in for a Manta Style next. So even if you think you get the seal, you got Doppelganging, you got Manta Style. These are really easy ways to try and break free of any of the early control that Newbee's got beyond that of Rupture. Like, that's the only thing you'll have trouble with, and then Roar. KP's going to find his target. It's going to be 11. He's going to Roar instantly. Medallion, Necropooks are coming off cooldown. They're going to Blood Right silence him up, but they have enough damage to get through him. The silence was also onto Bane, the splitter. CCC starts the Rupture on Bane. This is a heavy dive underneath tier 2 towers. This can go well last time. Fenrir trying to inch his way back into the base. He's going to Nightmare us too early. Means the Blood Right's able to finish the job. I think he knew that Mugi was going to lightning him. So just like the end of Riddick, Fenrir gets to decide who he dies to.
Still anybody's game. Newbee really wants that BKB on Bloodseeker before they take a decisive team fight. Same with Storm and the Bloodstone. These are the big items that teams are looking for. And you can see Newbee, they feel strong. They have a lot of sustain and tower pressure just thanks to that Beastmaster Warlock combination. Next Edict should finish off the tower, but it's risky. You don't really want to get caught. Runes have spawned.
VG actually going to get all 4. Not too bad for 20 minutes in, so that's plus 80 gold for everybody on VG.
Times 4.
Times 4.
That is 320 gold per player, Toby. I'm pretty sure. I took math up through, I think, some point in high school.
Issues for Skywrath Mage. Sorry, school, I don't know this thing. PL can, like, he can actually stand there and tank the entire Mystic Flare. And there's no way for Skywrath to escape. Diffusal Blade charge and you're good to kill. So a nice pick off to buy some breathing room for VG Gaming to get towards those core items you were looking for. Now it looks like Newbee don't want to give up the pressure. They're already up on top. They've got Roar available, they've got Rupture available, they've got Rock available. You know they want to fight. Then yeah, they're going to smoke and looking for that fight. Mid lane is the ping.
Dire's top tower.
A tier 1 tower. Oh, 11's already getting out. He's taking Fenrir, I think, was running the rim. He's like, do I want to be involved in this? Ori gets away from the gank. The Observer Ward saw where he was moving.
Great ward setup. This is still anybody's game. You got to be looking to kill ET if you're Newbee. That's the hero that seems to just be the
I don't know if that's
key factor in team fights.
11 is becoming the full-on medic. Like this is MASH right now. Underlord's going to go for the pet and do a full Greaves, combining up with Pipe. The only thing that's missing is the Greaves. Not the Greaves, the Crimson Guard. Once this is up, I'm wondering if Newbee have any form of damage they can pump out. They don't even need the Crimson against this Newbee lineup. They can get other things.
ET is just such a... The VG lineup into the late game is going to be so strong. Just ET Aura is such an underrated ability. It removes 100% of your magic and base resist. I mean...
They're doing double pipe.
Armor and base.
They're doing double pipe.
Yeah. I'm fine with that.
You're okay with that? You don't just think like Hood is enough? Like you're fine to actually like layer the level? Like obviously you can't layer it, but you can replace it.
They don't stack, but you can...
If the first one burns...
Yes.
You can
use it again. Correct. And if you look at it, Bloodseeker buffing himself Ring and Radiance, that's like nearly 100 magical damage a second. Then you have Leshrac with Pulse Nova. You can pretty safely assume that you'll use both those pipes, and the physical damage output just really isn't there for Newbee for quite some time. Bloodseeker is not that kind of carry.
Fenrir? Walking up over the wards, the D wards are out, and that's why Newbee go into Roshan. So VG Gaming, there's no mana on 11. And he's a little bit too far away, can't TP over towards the fight, so they've got an opportunity. Line him, the Spirit's on the way in. They did put down the scan, so Newbee knew this is coming. So Spirit inside the pit, starts to stomp, kills off one of the Necro units. Paparazzi wants to add more pressure towards the mid. Roshan's pretty low, and Newbee backed out of this. They actually bought time for 11 to join the fight. And Ori, I don't think he was even intending him being there. He's got a double damage room bolted up inside this Storm Spirit. Walks over the Observer and Sentry. Newbee know what they're up against.
This is a huge fight. Both Storm and Lesh just finished their Bloodstone. One of them will probably die in the upcoming engagement. Someone else will walk away with 3+ charges.
Hey, it's 14 charges with level 14 Storm Spirit. That's a straight TP back out to the shrine and just jump back into the pit. He even buys the TP in preparation. But you got to finish this right. Like, Newbee just did so much of the work.
You got no Necro, though. I think you'd love one more level on Beastmaster so you could have that max Call the Wild.
Are they trying to beg VG Gaming to go in and kill Roshan for them? Like, we now have ourselves like a full standoff in mid. 5v5. VG Gaming move over. The Beastmaster Hawk is in the air. So Ori would need to drop like under the cover of smoke. They are inside the pit. The Hawk's got another 25 seconds, so we'll see everything.
Such a risky play. Both teams have excellent choke point team fighting abilities.
Are they wrapping it? Are both teams gonna do the wraparound? Okay, Storm reveals himself on top. VG Gaming going for a T1 tower. They can't get mid. They'll take top.
I like this angle. Whoever initiates will most likely win the fight. Dude, you have so much AoE for both sides.
Newbee under the cover of smoke. They've gone into Roshan.
There's a ward that'll see anybody that pokes out.
Yeah, have to put down a fresh one. ET already put the Spirit out previously for the Blood Rite, making sure there's a buffer, and they do get the Aegis Immortal into Mugi. That was just leaving Mugi, leaving the Aegis on the ground for 2 seconds when there's a Storm Spirit in the game. Puts the tongue in the back of my throat.
Radiant's top tower is getting
Neck finished on the Underlord. It could still a really tough game to read. It's going to come down to who initiates. Both teams have methods.
Oh, hello, 11. They got your Scepter. Just get the stun instead. They're not even going to wait this one out. 11 begins his TP. Mugi kind of wants to hold him here. Paparazzi turns into coming for the fight. 11 does complete the TP out. And takes Paparazzi with him.
Really good job, because in the meantime, they're allowed to play 3 lanes. So they press bottom. They get the Dark Rift out, sure, but mid lane pushed hard by Lanham. Up top, you've got Storm shoving that. So Newbee with the Aegis, they're the ones looking to create a fight, but Vici just want to keep spreading the map. It's so hard to lock down any of these Vici cores. Like, Underlord, yeah, you can get on top of him, but he's so tanky. PL Storm, near impossible to kill, especially PL with that Manta.
Back to pushing out that bottom lane.
Yep. Bloodseeker finished his BKB though, so now you're in a position for Newbee where you can actually just rupture, and then an unstoppable Bloodseeker can run into the fight.
I still want to see the unstoppable Bloodseeker before I believe it, because there's so much sustained through VG Gaming. Like, the mech and Piper's on cooldown for 11 at the moment. They're going to heal Scepter him up. Lanham may need to create some space. He's sitting behind the tower for the moment. 11, well, he's going to try and tank this again. The pipe's available, puts down the pit, roots up the track. Mugi feeling way too deep. The tower is low. KP thought about the roll, but SDCC is finally coming to this bottom lane. So they bring the help. Paparazzi and Ori still on the northern side, so yeah, they deny the tower.
It's a great play from Vici so far.
Rod is down. Underlord. Nightmare buys a little bit of space. He can mech, but still dies. And KP shadowblading underneath the tower looking for a roll.
And it sucks, but they've bought so much time. Storm in the like Storm PL are just farming. They have no intention of going to this bottom lane. And in truth, I don't think you can fight the BKB Bloodseeker and an Aegis on Leshrac. So your best bet is just to delay. And so far, they've burned over half of this Aegis. And
they took the tier 2 tower on top, so it's not like they're falling behind in the tower gold or tower positioning.
Yeah, they denied tier 1, and they traded tier 2. You can't ask for more. All they had to give away was Underlord.
TP's coming in from the Storm Spirit. A little bit of a jump down, find the target. SCCC burns the 10-second BKB. And even a regeneration rune bottled up by the Storm Spirit, stolen away from the Bloodseeker.
Really well played by Vici. This new style of Dota is a lot more about just not taking fights or counter-initiating almost, but just pushing the envelope, like spreading the map, make the other team work for the objectives they want to take. And Vici's doing that a lot better than Newbee is right now. PL gonna have a heart soon.
Yeah, like he's gonna get real tanky. I wondered too then, like, because there's not that much direct physical damage unless you look at SCCC. What do you go as like the next item after the heart onto Paparazzi? Is it just the agility? Do you get the butterfly? Or is there another item which is able to enable him more? Like, do you get almost like Skadi? Do you get that type of control, that extra stat?
I'm not really sure. I'm not really a PL player. I think Heart Skadi might be a bit overkill, but at the same time, when you're playing against Radiance and Lesh, if you keep your illusions alive,
yeah,
like it's all about the base.
The left one care about like butterfly, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like Lesh, I think, is the hero that really deals with you. So I wouldn't mind Hard Scotty, but then your damage output is a bit lessened. But you got Storm.
Maybe that's when you just get like an MKB.
ET.
You get like an MKB for him or something. Like
You have ET.
Yeah,
like I take back what I said. You're going to be effectively hitting a Bloodseeker with 10 armor instead of 27. So you don't really mind so much anymore.
Oh, Fenrir, perfect. Puts down the Sentry Ward. He knew the TP was coming thanks to the Observer, and the Invis Beastmaster who wanted to initiate doesn't get it. Fenrir outruns the Blood Right, doesn't have TP out. 11 is coming. Uber, please. Fenrir needs more time. They're going to use him up, but that doesn't stop the Dark Rift from completing. Uber did not get there in time.
You take that trade, though, for a support.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Because this stops Newbee as well, because Newbee wanted to be the aggressors. They were looking for Ori. And, sure.
Regenerate.
Sure. Why not? 154 mana a second, which doesn't get disabled when you hit a creep. Sure. And even gets a Hawk. The other advantage against the Beastmaster of that Storm Spirit, just the vision of the Remnant. And hey, have a look, 29-minute heart now onto Paparazzi.
No, it's exactly what you said, Toby. Like, I'm talking about this Unstoppable Bloodseeker, but everyone on Vici is just itemizing for maximum survivability. And you will have damage issues on Newbee because you're playing against an ET, and you really don't have anyone that's going to scale to do physical damage.
Ari is finding the one hero is about to flag up, but maybe that way to counter it out. She can look at Faith to get a big Fatal Bond, and then this is the way, like, we've seen like Warlock and Luna's put together to make up for this lack of damage. Wow. But so far, I haven't seen VG grouped up enough where the Fatal Bond is actually a threat.
And once again, they get that kill, Bloodstone charge. They get the ward because they assume, hey, Warlock played right side of these trees. He probably placed this Tinker Ward up here. And they get 3 bound. So once again, even though Newbee took the objective, it feels like Vici is just pulling further ahead.
Yeah.
That Roche is now gone. The Aegis dissipated quite some time ago. And you have 2 minutes till possible respawn. That second Roche is going to be big. And I don't know what Newbee can buy to really change the status quo of the next team fight.
It feels like they just, like, it's not what they buy, it's the positioning they have. Maybe wards. You buy wards, put them down in a good position against VG. Because if they had the jumps like they were having previously, like you think back almost like to the 10-15 minute mark, Newbee were getting kill after kill after kill on VG Gaming because just found them when VG was split up. You find one kill, you move to the next real quick. But now, VG Gaming smoke up, they want to have the big team fight. KP runs forward, Latin just lets the splitter go, and then the jump into the back lines. They control the Warlock, instantly delete him. He was meant to be the big guy to a Fatal Bond and repair the damage output. Maybe now they get away. The Yule Scepter up. Moogie buys a little bit more time. The Fiend's Grip. FCCC just can't walk away. It is great control. Perfect movement in there. And that is just what... Newbee, dead.
What happened? That was a 5-man Earth Splitter.
It was. He saw the jump coming and then just bombed this down. That's something I want to see again, but I think we're going to have so much damage in the mid. Bloodseeker said for a minute with no buyback.
I think that might be a max.
He bought the Maelstrom just before the fight began, so there is no money for the Bloodseeker. Lightning from Leshrac.
Lesh has no BKB. He can just get over by Storm if he's not careful. This whole team's dead. Yeah, Warlock's going to respawn with ulti, but as you said, no buyback Bloodseeker.
I love the hero selection from VG Game. They knew exactly who they needed to remove before the fight began.
Both supports died within like 4 seconds of initiation.
Yep, Rock is nice. Fatal Bonds. That Mystic Flare, but he's spilling some nice damage out. 11 begins the Dark Rift. Any tank through this. Golem is killing him off. And Moogie, he'll find the kill. That's huge for him. It's holding the mid racks. Lanimus wants to get his TP. The stun will connect once again from Moogie, allowing KP to finish the job. Moogie burned everything he had to get these 2 kills and hold the racks.
PL is becoming such a problem, though. You can see he is going to go for that Scotty next item, and you're going to be like 3,500 HP. Not even the illusions are going to go down anymore. And Bots picked up on Moogie. I'm not sure I approve of that one. You're losing team fights already. Maybe this means you're going to abuse map control, but that's so hard to do against the Storm.
Mid fight again. Yeah. So the lineup, they turn around the 3 heroes together, and the roll wasn't even on Lanham. It ended up going onto the Underlord, who was Nightmare protected.
Yeah, and you can see, like, the Earth Splitter hits 5. Storm immediately, hey, Warlock first, Skywrath next. As soon as the supports die,
Fenrir full duration Fiend's Grip.
Yeah. Everyone's getting all of their spells off on the targets they want. He got that on Bloodseeker, right? He just full gripped him?
Yep.
Like, Storm kills supports. Bane then is free to grip the Bloodseeker. Like, there you go. And that's a flawless team fight. Newbee kind of asked for it. They walked right into it. That's a Second time in as many days I've seen this happen. And the Congo line to your own destruction like lemmings.
I would love... Where is our lemming sound? I would like that in the sound wheel. Valve, please. Lemming Courier. Now VG Gaming, maybe this is the first time they don't have a good fight. Newbee, the smoke already broke Fenrir. Nightmare protected, turns around for a quick brain tap. The Raw, SEC gets rid of the Bane. Base, however, again being a huge target. He falls back in his keeping in. He needs to help out his teammate, but how much can the VG Gaming cause do? KP Ori can finally finish him off as the doppelganger paparazzi creates more of himself. They focus on the SEC. Now that the BKB is gone, they know it's open season. Ori, he doesn't have the mana output. I say that with these kind of Bloodstone charges, they can just keep jumping. He's got 50 mana a second coming back in. It's more than enough for him to keep the pressure on. Multiple buybacks. SEC's bought back, but he's sitting at the base wondering once again, how did this go wrong?
Yeah. I think that the Beastmaster itemization, I don't know if this is losing the game, of course. I think it's more the team fights they've been taking, but they don't have any sustain items. They have nothing to team fight with. Whereas you have Greaves, Pipe on the Underlord for Vici, a Pipe on the ETs, and they're using them well. Like, not on top of one another, but one after another, about 10 seconds apart. PL went pure just survivability. BKB on the Storm, 26 Bloodstone charges now, and you can see, once again, they rupture the Bane. That's not the target you want, and it takes so long. What does Storm do? Immediately BKB, straight for the Warlock. Yeah, he gets roared, but it doesn't matter. The stomp on top finishes him off, and he can just keep going. Beastmaster's paper. He has a Necro 3 and a Medallion. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Storm he's dead.
Man, I think you said it absolutely right before when you were talking about the movement that came out from VG Gaming, just splitting up the map, creating more and more space so they can actually get these critical items onto the supports. Now they're able to survive when things like this happen. The Raw comes out, the Mystic Flare. Can he get the Greaves off in time? Okay, no, he cannot. Well, he does, but still, the follow-up damage will be enough. That's the level 3 Necrobook's going to work, and that's a huge kill because Roshan's up. I think we're looking at a buyback from Underlord if they want to try and contest this, or we just look towards Lanham. There's your buyback from Underlord, and the Spirit from Lanham. And once again, Newbee. Start Roshan and a force back out.
And I just don't know what Kaka's item is. He has Glimmer Cape Atos. I mean, they're having big damage issues. Those don't do anything to help you out with that. If you want to kill the Storm or the PL...
Alright, there's your jump. Go straight up. Warlock is the primary target. And once again, he'll die quickly. He was in range of the Dire Sentry Wall. That's why the Glimmer Cape didn't help. Now SCCC also, he was controlled in the mid. Ori, the BKB is already gone. And Ori knows all that pure magical damage. You wanted to pump it into them. And he will be missing Flare, but they shared it between paparazzi as well as Ori. So the damage from the Skyreth, not enough, but maybe they have enough to try and turn this. The Storm has gone down, but he's going to respawn so quickly thanks to the Bloodstone charges. Mugi, the TP out, it will be successful all the way back home. The 3 heroes on the sideline, 1.5 minutes for the death of the Bloodseeker, and VG Gaming are just going for Roshan.
Yeah. And you can see that Skyreth ulti. Imagine if there were 2 of those, Toby. Yeah. How many times do we see Skyreth getting answered ASAP? I learned recently, of course, that does not hit illusions. So if you isolate the PL, even if he's surrounded by a bunch of his illusions, or just a Storm, if you hit both those ultimates, if you do twice as much damage in all your spells.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what's missing, that they don't have any damage.
And they did it then too, like that item build we're talking about, where the PL has the Skadi before the fight with the Heart, with the Manta. He is so sustainable. 38 armor or 3.9k HP. Paparazzi doesn't care, he just runs forward. Ori now has a license to dive with the Aegis the Immortal. And with no tier 3 tower to protect them, VG Gaming can just look for the fight and finish the game. Now, if they can put another player of Newbee in the grave, especially someone like Mugi, you're going to go for this. Watch those buyback counters real closely. Mugi's got his. KP, he's short of his, barely. I think that's because he bought a TP scroll. Okay. Mid-right is gone. VG Gaming are pulling back. It's Shrine time.
And we have Hex soon on Lanham as well. I mean, you're just at a point now, Vici, where it's near impossible for you to lose the fight because as long as you're standing relatively near one another, who's going to die?
No one. Paparazzi is actually, like, he's going nullifier. Like, it's this Bloodseeker, like, they can charge forward onto a Warlock and then just kill somebody else. Like, all that damage that Mugi's doing, and he has been a real pest in the fights for VG Gaming. Like, this can now just be deleted.
Yeah, I mean, VG just, you can tell they know and understand what each player has to do to win that fight.
Yeah.
As long as Ori finds the Warlock, they can just commit hard because, as you said, that lack of damage, you have a Fatal Bonds that hits 3-4 heroes, that can make up for that.
The Fatal Bonds, like, even just getting, like, Mugi into the middle of 5-hero Fatal Bonds, that could just be enough for Newbee, but they never had the opportunity. And now they've run down to bottom lane. Ori is chasing after Beastmaster Paws, jumping so far forward. He doesn't actually have a lot of mana, but he's got the Aegis Immortal and Newbee. They were wanting to catch somebody else out, and they all had to TP back home. There was nobody to catch out. There was only a team fight to be had.
Yep. And I would point to just the fight they took up top and then bottom, and then the Beastmaster Skywrath itemization. When damage becomes an issue, and you don't itemize to maximize it, much like Skywrath, he's not producing as much as we need him to. Beastmaster, with the Necro 3, we've seen a lot of Beastmaster builds that looked real nice. You know, 3-3 winning the MVP with his Vlad Solar Crimson one game.
Yep.
This is another where a Crimson started.
Long jump, they found Mugi, can't get the BKB off, can they keep the control? Here comes the Spirit up, but Rooting is also in place. BKB, but the Fiend Grip, Fenrir, silenced by the Blood Right. They'll get the Rock and the Fatal Bonds. This is the moment that Newbee wanted, but they've used so much in just the retreat from the fight. They cannot follow up, so the Golem is down. And now VG Gaming, they were confident before. They can be overwhelmingly pushing it.
You say use so much, they didn't do any everyone's full health.
Yeah.
They used all their spells, but it's just...
Freeze, Pipe, PL, standing his ground, the Nightmare once again. They just can't get the follow-up damage. I mean, even if they do, Paparazzi's gonna doppelganger out, heal, and then come back in again. Yep, there he is. Did exactly that. Leaves the Mantle Loom hit into the tower, the Roar, onto the Underlord, snap pipe on Freeze, but then the Nightmare again. Fenrir is such a pain in the ass. He just pushes in and then enables Ori to go one target to the next, over towards Mugi. The defensive Yule Scepter up, but they're waiting for him to hit the ground. Clips the wings of the Flying Bird, and FCCC charging away from Paparazzi. The Phantom Rush lets him close the distance, and Paparazzi is now going 1-2 in front in Ultra Kill Mode. The game's over. There's no way that Newbee can stand against this. VG Gaming, there it is. There's the call. 2-0 out Newbee. Game 1 felt a little bit more interesting than Game 2. It just felt like inevitable end of Newbee's run here at the Supermajor.
I think VG just demonstrating they're a better team. Newbee certainly looked up at this event. I think they've been playing progressively better, but VG just, they know what to do. I thought Lanham was on point both games. His ET this game was near flawless. I point to slight overextension from Newbee. Taking that fight up top with no Roar, it just did not go well for them. And another thing, I bring this up a lot, the disruptor factor. You saw the Bloodseeker